Read all about it. If you could read between the lines. See, they say that they tell you all that you need to know. But you gotta read between the lines of even that statement. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great? You throw your hands up in the air in despair. I don't blame you. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not here to say I told you so. I'm here to cry with you. I don't know if you can see the tears in my eyes. I'm not being ironic. See, it's kind of a problem being virtuous these days. It's just this natural disposition. You didn't ask for it. It just kind of happened. You're a good person. You're a good person. I know it. You know it. Your friends know it. Because they're good people too. So you gotta wonder, how did it get so fucked up? I'm good. You're good. They're good. Everybody we know is essentially pretty good. We might know some bad apples, but they are few and far between. So what am I saying here? That it's hard for a virtuous person to read between the lines because he or she doesn't suspect there's anything happening between the lines because they're virtuous. They don't project ulterior motives and hidden agendas into the space between the lines. They're innocent. You're innocent. Your friends are innocent. So who's not innocent? You can't even find them. Where are they? They're out. They've gone fishing. You came up to knock on their door, and before you could knock, you saw back in an hour. That's always the case. You can't ever quite locate the bad guys. Team Satan. Team Satan. Who's that Satan? Me and my fam, my peoples, where they could go out on picnics and just toss it around. We're good. We're real. We're fam. You know, we go out for a birthday or two and there's a pinata there and the kids whack it and the candy comes out and we're all happy and I'm like, hey, just settle down. We don't want to whack anybody with the stick. I got my eye out for my people, my fam. Even if we're cracking pinata heads, we're not a violent people, we're good people. We just make exceptions for pinatas. And while I'm there with my peoples, you can bet I'm scanning the horizon and reading between the lines. Because I've been initiated. Sadly. Unfortunately. I know. I've been anointed. I can tell. I can see the hidden agendas all around me. I'm not like all swagger up in here with that kind of knowledge. It's not that. It's not that. I'd love to just be innocent as the newly driven snow. But I'm not. Seeing too much shit fuckery. Seeing too much going down. When I turn on any kind of video and hear the audio, I listen. I'm like, do I hear any truth in the words, in the tone of voice? Do I hear truth? It's not just the words that are spoken. In fact, let's be real. You can have this rosiest, silkiest speech. You could have rhetoric, the equivalent of Cicero. Yep, that ancient Latin oratory. It could sound perfect. And yet I'm listening between the lines for the hidden agendas. I'm listening for the truth in the tone of the voice. See, that's where people who have been initiated, anointed, they're hybrids now. Reality has awakened them. Whack, boom! They got hit in the head. And a pinata splits open and the candy goes everywhere. They gotta grab the candy, put it back in their head, and shut it. Now that process of getting your head whacked and all the candy coming out, it's like any pinata. You gotta keep on whacking and whacking and whacking and whacking, and then all the candy comes out. Now, I'm gonna have to strain my analogy here, so you just have to roll with it. But that candy, on the one hand, is sweet and delicious. Kids love it. But on the other hand, it's your brain, And so we don't want to mix up this metaphor and take this analogy too far, because then we have the kids eating brains, and that's disgusting and cannibalistic. But what I'm trying to say is that you got to pick up that candy before the kids can get it, because you don't want the kids eating that. But who are you at this point? Because your head's been bashed in like a pinata, and you got to get all this candy, put it back in, and start thinking straight again. And you got to get it before everybody else gets it, because it's just a party. It's a birthday party. We don't want people doing that. We want them to stick to the pizza and the cupcakes. Like, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm straining the analogy a little bit. Just stretching the metaphor just a touch. But we're fam. You and me, we're fam. And you read between the lines of me reading between the lines. Okay? You can see there's not a hidden agenda inside the analogy. We're fam. All right, so now that we got that settled, I got the head put back together, the candy inside my head, and I'm thinking new again. I'm a hybrid. That was my point. I'm a hybrid. Now, what is a hybrid? A hybrid is someone who was once pure and virtuous and innocent as the newly driven snow, who didn't have a fucking clue about shit or shat. Nothing. Turned on the news, believed everything on the news. And then reality came around and whoa! Stick to the head. Pinata. Ooh. Bam. Okay? You understand? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Now we can start to see. Because something happened when we put that candy back in and put our head back together again. It's like Humpty Dumpty took that fall. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. But that's not all. Now, we gotta take care of our people. Because now we see that they don't see. They didn't get their head bashed in and fall off the wall like Humpty. We gotta take care of our peoples. You know what I'm trying to say. We gotta alert them. Make them understand that reality isn't what they think it is. Because they're over there with the pizza and the cupcakes just marching down thinking everything's hunky-dory. They don't see the tsunami that's coming their way. There are multiple tsunamis coming their way. He's crazy. What is he talking about? Every year he comes to the birthday parties. No. And he talks this shit. Crazy shit. And he strains the whole metaphor thing about the pinata. He does this every year, and he tells us. Nothing, I'm not saying anything. He tells us to read between the lines. I love him like a brother. He's fam. I'm not saying anything to anybody. Come on now. I'm just chillaxing. You know how I am. I like to talk a little bit to my phone. It's a selfie, right? Phone selfie. Just recording. I'm gonna put something on YouTube. Mind your own business. He's nuts. Anyways, I got my relative over there doing these little videos that he puts on YouTube. He doesn't think that I happen to know what he's talking about, but I happen to know what he's talking about. Fam. I gotta deal with these people thinking I'm crazy. I'm apparently hyper woke. Nobody knows what that means. I had to make it up myself. I like to make things up. I'm hyper woke. So he's woke. I'm hyper woke. I'm woke on his woke. I'm woken all over that shit. Because you gotta realize, people, I'm sorry, I don't know where you are on the spectrum of being woke. But most people think they're awake. They're not awake. I'm woke on that woke. Is he telling you about the woke thing again? He's over there talking into his phone, and I'm over here talking into mine. And we do this every birthday. People, if you listen to people like him, you're just gonna be nuts like him. He's nuts. He lost it. Something happened to him, and a circuit got loose and went crazy up inside his head. He had an aneurysm. That's right. He'll tell you that he just woke up to things. He had an aneurysm, went to the hospital, came out, never been the same. Now he's talking about all these things. Aliens, a secret cabal, underground military bases, sex trafficking of children, all this crazy ass shit. And he thinks that it's at the heart of everything. That nothing is the way it seems. Nothing is the way it seems, you know. So I know what my job is around here, just so you know. My job is to wake up all these people. But how can I wake up all these people when they think that I'm crazy? Do you think I'm crazy? He's fucking nuts. Do you? Yeah, he's lost it. Let me tell you something. What are you doing to make the world a better place? Are you like him? Huh? Over there, subverting everything that I'm saying, calling me Looney Tunes? Is that what you're doing? Or are you on my side? Because it's one or the other. See, people like him, he's nuts, are actually the real nuts. The real nuts are those guys. Now they think that they hold the citadel of truth and they are defenders of truth. But they don't question a damn thing. And you know that. They think that they know what truth is just because they got it off the news. Are you one of them? Are you one of him? He's trying to recruit people. He's trying to get people aligned with his cause. What is the cause? Question every single thing and trust nothing? Do you think that I can live a life that way? Yeah, you do need to trust nothing and question everything. You need to trust your capacity to question and read between the lines. No, he thinks because I had an accident and went to the hospital. No. Cracked my head open. Yeah. I call it the Pinata experience. That's why I use that metaphor, because I did have my head cracked open. And once it was cracked open, I could not see. I could not feel. Could not think. Could not hear. Could not taste for some brief time. No shit. Yeah. It was painful. It was painful. And then I just was in a coma for a few weeks. But what happened to me in those few weeks? I experienced my consciousness without the senses, without this body, without my personality. I was just there. I was awake. Now, I couldn't communicate. Right? I could hear things, but I couldn't make sense of it. I could hear, but I wasn't hearing nothing. Just sound was coming through my ears. Nothing was there to make sense of it. Just sound. Of course, people were talking to me. That's what it was, but I didn't know that. It was just pure consciousness. That's what happened when I got my head cracked open. And then they put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And I have been reading between the lines ever since. Looking into the hidden agenda that's always playing out. Is he telling you about the hidden agenda? He does that. It's not any different than those guys knocking on your door. The Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints people, you know those people? Or the Seventh-day Adventist people, or the Pentecostal people? All those people knocking on your door saying, just take Christ into your life and you'll be saved. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. You know what? Since I got out of the hospital, I can see people for who they are. Now me, and my cousin here, who keeps defaming my good name, calling me cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. No. I gotta be nice to this guy. He's my cousin. We come here once a year to have a birthday party. That's right. I'm gonna be nice. Because I don't want to take down the cause by being a jackass. You know, you can't go out there and expect people to listen to you if you're a jackass. So I'm nice to the prick. He's not nice to me. He doesn't extend me the same courtesy because I watch his YouTube videos. I know what he's saying about me. This is the problem. He's got Stockholm Syndrome. He just loves his captors, doesn't he? Whatever they tell him, he parrots. He regurgitates. And you know something, though. This is how you know you're on the right track. When he starts organizing against me, I'll be straight with you. I don't know if everything I'm saying is true, but I do believe that I'm on the right track. And that when I identify with pure consciousness itself, and I realize that's who I am, I will never forget that. That retard doesn't even know that he's supreme consciousness. And forgive me for speaking ill of my fellow being, but he is a retard. I'm sorry, he is. Do you want me to pretend I'm too spiritual to say the facts? He's dragging my name through the mud on YouTube. You want me to just sit here and take that? No, I don't believe so. Because even though I do know that I am infinite consciousness, I do not let people spit in my face. Because I'm actually also a regular dude. And those two facts are not contradictory. Do you hear me? So yeah, I do have a Facebook group for my cousin over there, the madcap. And we talk about his teachings, that he's, infinite consciousness, and now he's convinced there's this evil cabal running the world. Yeah, we do. We track that shit, because that shit is dangerous for society. If people walk around thinking that, our society is over. So yeah, there's a split in the family. Oh yeah, yeah. So this is how it goes. Every year we have this birthday for my niece. We both love her. And I'm over here on one side of the birthday party speaking into my camera. And he's over there on his side of the birthday party speaking into his camera. And our family doesn't know what to do about it. I say, fuck 'em. I'm sorry, I am infinite consciousness and everybody's infinite consciousness, but fuck 'em. I mean, I'm here to wake everybody up, but fuck 'em. Fuck 'em all. I'm gonna sit here and do my job, but fuck 'em. Don't be a dick. I'm just here trying to wake your ass up. And I'm here. I'm part of the movement to wake humanity the fuck up. And this jackass over here is undermining me. And if he weren't a relative, if we both didn't love our niece, fucking forget it. My niece. I don't even know how he's fucking related to her. Family. Whose side are you on? You gonna be in my Facebook group or his Facebook group? Huh? Are you done just taking everything at face value? Are you a conspiracy theorist like him? Or are you gonna start reading between the lines, waking the fuck up, realizing who you are, because that's what happens. Your head splits open, you realize your true identity, and you can't take the lies anymore. You just automatically read between the lines. Automatically. It's when you don't have your head cracked open and Humpty Dumpty doesn't fall off the wall that you just believe everything you're spoon-fed. Is he talking about Humpty Dumpty again? I can actually hear him across the party. He does this. It's his fault. Now, everybody else in the party is like, oh my God, these two are at it again. But I've got to be at it. I've got to be at it because he's at it. I cannot let him and his type, his people, take over society. That's everything's going to crumble. If you question everything and don't believe anything, everything's going to crumble. Yeah, that's what he believes. Everything is going to crumble. Oh yeah, what'll happen if everybody starts questioning the orthodoxy? What's gonna happen to us all? Oh. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. We're gonna become free thinkers. Hello. Jackass over here stifles free thinking and free speech. If he could, he would shut my ass down. He wouldn't even let me talk to you people. You're my fam. You're my fam. You see where this goes? He's got his limited, constricted sense of reality, of his own identity. He doesn't know he's infinite consciousness. He just thinks he's just that little jackass over there. Full-blown retard. He's not. He's infinite consciousness, but he hasn't had his head cracked open. He doesn't know. How can I blame him? I'd leave him alone, but he's coming for me. He's headhunting me. He wants this as a trophy. I'm like, you can't have it as a trophy. It's already been cracked open. It's not what you think it is. This is not what you think it is. This is a war, people. And you think that we're just feuding relatives here at a birthday party once a year, but you know what happens. It doesn't stop here. It doesn't end here. He goes home, rides my ass on social media. I go home and I don't even give a fuck about him. I just keep on pumping out the truth nuggets. Truth nuggets. Man, you may think I'm crazy. They think I'm out of my gourd. So you can just go and hate on me in his Facebook group. Go ahead, do it. It ain't gonna bother me none. Because I know the truth. I witnessed the truth for 3 long weeks of oblivion. Pure consciousness. You can't take me out of that. No way. I don't care if I'm embarrassing myself. I don't care if everybody's talking behind my back like this. He's a nut job. Don't listen to him. People think I'm like Robin Williams on steroids. He's like Robin Williams on steroids. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I wasn't like this before I had my little accident. But I'll tell you what, that was Providence. Because what you may not understand, what he certainly does not understand, is when you live in that matrix your whole life and you're constantly thinking those mental programs that are nothing but toxic poison shit for your brain, you're the real cuckoo. You're just a robot. I mean, that's just the obvious thing to say. Because none of what you're thinking is original. None of it. At all. You're basically just thinking the thoughts that were given to you. It's like you went into a cafeteria. You didn't have an option. They just gave you a tray and told you to eat what's on the tray. And you don't even have a choice. So if you don't like carrots and applesauce and fruit and whatever, little piece of pizza, doesn't matter. That's what you're gonna eat. So what I do is I'm like, fuck that cafeteria. I'm gonna go to a grocery store and get all the shit that I want. Or fuck that grocery store. I'm gonna go out to a regenerative farm and just have some real healthy food, some real healthy meat, and some organic vegetables. Holy cow, and some fresh water right from the stream. What the hell? You can't have fresh water from the stream. You can't have organic vegetables grown in the garden. You can't have free-range chicken. No. Salad bar beef. No. You gotta stick it in the cafeteria and eat the shit that you don't like. It's all hyper-processed. You have to think what you're told to think. You have to eat what you're told to eat. You have to do what you're told to do. That fucker's your relative over there. Now I do realize I do have a little bit of growth to do. Maybe I should learn how not to be an ass to that ass. But right now this is where I am in my spiritual evolution. Because I feel like everybody's coming at me. And that is not paranoia. That's not paranoia. I mean, he literally is over there on the other side of the picnic. He's speaking into his phone, live streaming it to YouTube and his Facebook group. That's not a lie. So he is coming after me. He's coming after me. That's not paranoia. And that's where the two streams are very different. He's coming after me, and I'm just plowing ahead. I don't have to come after him, but I do have to worry about him coming after me. Because he's not about the truth. You're not about the truth, dude. Every once in a while, we just have to break that wall and start talking to each other. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I know what you're up to. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm up to. I'm up to not being persecuted by your motherfucking ass. That's maybe pushing a little bit hard because we got some kids and I probably shouldn't be shouting over the picnic table with curse words. But I am tired of being tracked. It's like I'm surrounded by the CIA, FBI, NSA, all these people cracking down on me, making sure I don't speak a word of truth. I don't plant a seed of truth. Listen, man, no one's persecuting you. Okay? You are undermining the very structure of society. You are tearing the fabric of reality apart. You do not trust everything. You question everything. And how is society going to stay together if you do that? Well, the Western civilization is over. Motherfucker, did he just tell me? He just used my own words. Western civilization is over. Did I not tell you that? There's a fucking evil cabal controlling shit, top down, and you're telling me, you're actually telling me that Western civilization is over. What a motherfucker. He just stole that from me. He just stole my own rhetoric from me. That is a seriously demented relative. I'm getting riled up right now because not only is he persecuting me and coming after me, he is stealing from me. A fucking plagiarist. Got no ethics on that side of the picnic table. No. Alright. Okay. Pull it together. You know, the thing about this voyage that I'm on, it started with me getting my head cracked open, being in a coma. 3 weeks, they tell me, I don't know, I was in the timeless void of infinite sentience, and it was fucking great. Shut up! I can tell when he's coming at me with bullshit. So, I was there, infinite sentience, and I didn't really know that was the first stage. I woke up, everybody was around me, happy to see me, flowers everywhere, all these kind of chocolates because I got a sweet tooth. I was really happy, they were really happy. I didn't know at that point that I would turn into a conspiracy theorist. Listen, that fucking term was created by the CIA in the 60s after Kennedy was assassinated to stigmatize people that question official narratives. Hello. So, I didn't know that I was gonna take that turn. But shit stopped making sense. When you start to realize who you are inside, you become less afraid of orthodox narratives that smell like bullshit. Conspiracy theorist. Asshole. Conspiracy theorist. Dickhead. We kind of go back and forth like a badminton match. It's okay. They're getting used to it now. Now we've got 3 things going on. I'm filming myself, he's filming himself, and they're filming us. Back and forth. We might as well make a party out of it. It's insane. It's neurotic, so why not have fun? So my head gets routinely cracked open, but now it is metaphorical. I use the analogy of the pinata, which is why this is so great. It's a synchronism, what they call a synchronicity, that there's a pinata here. Because every time I look at my niece and her friends cracking that pinata, I think to myself, this is never going to stop. And I think that the next time my head cracks, I'm going to figure out how to deal with that asshole over there. I mean, he's still famine. But I gotta find a way not to feel so persecuted. Because even though I am persecuted, even though he is plagiarizing, if my objective is to wake him up, at some point I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Because right now he's antagonizing the shit out of me. That's facts. There's no denying that. But the reality of the matter is that he probably will not stop doing that ever if I continue along this route. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only one who can change course here. Course correct. I'm not at that point yet. The truth is, I'm probably just as dogmatic as that motherfucker is. But the difference is that I know that coming down the line, because I've realized I am infinite sentience, I can handle getting my head cracked open again, which is really just coming over and dealing with my own cognitive bias, my own cognitive dissonance. But the great thing is about this is that the more that you get your head cracked open, the more you're cool with your relative, who's a dick. And the more you realize that your ultimate identity is infinite sentience. and you become pretty fearless, and you just keep on reading through the lines, and starting to smile real big.